why to become an entrepreneur now. It's a really interesting not even a big enough word, time in the labor market right now, to get all fancy on it. I mean, people have come through COVID and have had an opportunity to not work, to work less, to work from home, to work differently, to have to get a new job when they didn't have one before, to have to create a job when they didn't have one. And so it's been massively disruptive to our expectations about what work really is and what we have to do to work and earn a living. It has just been fascinating to watch as people have said, you know what, there are things I now see that maybe I've been undervaluing and I've been overvaluing and also believing what I've been told about how work works. It's like the conversations around unconscious bias, right? And people think, oh, bias, it's bad. But really, unconscious bias just means we all have expectations, right? Were you and I to both walk into a room together and someone would say, oh, one of those two is the CIO of a certain company. How many people would pick me and how many people would pick you? Especially if I was wearing like a white shirt with a tie that was too short, they'd probably pick me. That's unconscious bias. It's not necessarily racism. They're just not used to seeing the younger Asian woman being the CIO, whereas maybe they should. Now, how does that translate when you're walking into a room? It doesn't matter much. How does it translate when you're walking into a job interview? It matters more, right? And so unconscious bias is these expectations. Well, we've had unconscious bias about work. What is work? What is the nature of work? We go to work for somebody. There's a social contract about we work for you, you take care of us. What's been slowly eroding over time, especially in the United States. But now we've seen it just doesn't work that way anymore. So we've got a lot of choice. We're now faced with those choices, those opportunities, and we've also got the technology. So if you take the increased awareness of choice and our expectations, then you take the technology that enables you to work so much more cheaply but easily from a distance or from some other location that maybe is easier to afford. You just have a whole new landscape in which to play. And so this is a great time in which it is almost because of the disruption in our society due to the pandemic, primarily, we have an opportunity to rethink what our social contract is with our expectations around work. And some of them may include becoming entrepreneurial, doing something on your own, doing something that you want to do the way that you want to do it. But it's hard. It takes a lot of work and structure to change that completely because there's no one there to show you how you do it.